Think about the last time you bought something you didn't need. Not because someone forced you, not because you were threatened, but because some invisible force, made you want it. You walked out of the store, you clicked buy now, and only hours later did you ask yourself, why did I do that? Now think bigger. Think about the last time you agreed to something you never wanted. The last time you trusted someone you shouldn't have. The last time you made a decision that, looking back, wasn't yours at all. What if I told you none of those were accidents? What if I told you there is an entire science dedicated to making you act against your own interests, and you don't even know it's being used on you? This is dark psychology, not the Hollywood version, not mind control with swinging pendulums, something far more dangerous, something invisible. And by the end of this video, you'll see it everywhere. Dark psychology is the study of human behavior used to manipulate, influence, and control. But here's the truth nobody tells you. Dark psychology is not a secret. It's not hidden in underground laboratories or whispered in shadowy rooms. It has been studied openly for decades, in universities and marketing departments and military research facilities. The reason you haven't heard about it? Because the people who use it don't want you to know. The term dark psychology was popularized by researchers studying the dark triad: narcissism, Machiavellianism, and psychopathy. But the techniques themselves, they predate the term by centuries. Ancient orators used them, medieval kings used them, modern corporations have perfected them. And here's where it gets terrifying. You don't need to be a psychopath to use dark psychology. You don't need to be a narcissist. You just need to understand one thing: how the human mind makes decisions. Because here's the fundamental truth. Your brain is not a computer. It's not logical. It's not rational. It takes shortcuts, hundreds of them, every single day. And every shortcut is a door someone can walk through. Let me show you something. Your brain processes approximately 11 million bits of information every second. But your conscious mind, the you reading these words, can only handle about 40 bits. 40 out of 11 million. Where does the rest go? Into your subconscious, into automatic processes, into shortcuts. Psychologists call these shortcuts cognitive biases. Marketing teams call them opportunities. Take the authority bias. When someone wears a white coat, you trust their medical advice, even if they're an actor in a commercial. Your brain sees the uniform and bypasses verification. It's a shortcut, and it works. Take the scarcity principle. Only 3 left. Sale ends tonight. Your brain, wired for survival, interprets scarcity as value. You don't think, you react. And someone on the other side of that reaction is counting on it. Take social proof. If everyone else is doing it, your brain assumes it must be right. This kept our ancestors alive. Following the tribe meant survival. But today, following the tribe means buying products you don't need, believing headlines you never verified, and making decisions that were never yours to begin with. These are not weaknesses. They are features of the human mind. Features that evolved over millions of years to keep you alive in a world that no longer exists. And the people who understand this, they don't need to control you with force. They just need to press the right buttons. But before I show you exactly where these buttons are being pressed, in your relationships, in your workplace, in your own home, take a moment, look around, because what's coming next will change how you see every interaction you've ever had. Let's start with relationships. Have you ever been in a relationship where you constantly questioned your own memory? Where your partner would say things, deny saying them, and somehow make you feel like you were losing your mind? That's gaslighting, named after a 1938 play where a husband slowly drove his wife insane by dimming the gaslights and denying they were changing. The technique hasn't changed in 80 years, because it works. Or consider this, you meet someone. In the first week, they shower you with attention, affection, promises. You feel special, seen, understood. You don't realize you're being love-bombed, a technique where overwhelming affection is used to create dependency. By the time the affection stops, you're already trapped. Now let's move to something you see every day: advertising. You know those car commercials where a confident man drives through empty mountain roads? They're not selling a car, they're selling an identity. Your brain links the product to a feeling, freedom, power, status, and suddenly you want something you never needed. This is emotional anchoring. Pair a product with an emotion, and your brain will chase the feeling without ever questioning what it's buying. And politics? Listen to any political speech. Count how many times you hear we and us versus they and them. Creating an in-group and an out-group activates one of the oldest psychological mechanisms in human history, tribalism. Once you see yourself as part of the tribe, you'll defend its decisions without questioning them. None of these techniques require force. None of them announce themselves. They work because you don't know they're being used. So, how do you protect yourself? Step 1. When you feel an overwhelming emotion, desire, fear, urgency, anger, pause. Emotions are the primary tool of manipulation. They bypass logic. They demand immediate action. The single most powerful thing you can do is nothing. Wait. Let the emotion pass. Then decide. Step 2. Ask one question. Who benefits from my decision? If you're buying something, benefit goes to the seller. If you're agreeing to something, benefit goes to the person asking. If you're believing something, ask who benefits from your belief. This question alone cuts through most manipulation. Step 3. Identify patterns. Does someone consistently make you feel guilty when you say no? Do advertisements consistently create urgency where none exists? Does a news source consistently make you angry at a specific group? These are not accidents. They are systems. And once you see the system, you can step outside it. But here's the most important thing. You will never be immune to manipulation. Nobody is. The goal is not to become unmanipulable. It's to become aware. Because awareness is the one thing manipulation cannot survive. Manipulation works in the dark. Shine a light on it, and it withers. So here's where we are. You now know that your brain takes shortcuts. You know those shortcuts are being exploited in your relationships, in your purchases, in your beliefs. And you know the first step to fighting back is simply noticing. The question is, what will you do with this knowledge? Most people will watch this video, nod their heads, and go back to their lives unchanged. They'll continue being manipulated. They'll continue making decisions that were never theirs. But you're still here. You made it to the end. And that tells me something. It tells me you're not content to be controlled. It tells me you want your mind to be your own. So here's your first real choice. Subscribe. Not because I asked, not because you were pressured, but because you genuinely want to understand the invisible forces shaping your life. The world is full of people who want to control you without you knowing. Don't let them.